Hello everyone. I'm going to be decoding the 2017 Trump planet prediction using a tarot card from the Economist magazine that was leaked on the internet. I'm going to decode the symbols for a better understanding of what lies ahead in Trump planet using these tarot cards. Many people have tried to decode them, but they are not doing a very good job at it. You have to decode everything, every symbol in the pictures because they all have a meaning. And so I am going to do that for you, and I hope you will understand what I am saying. Now, I am going to show you the Hebrew letter Zayin, and the numerical value is 7. Zayin looks like an axe or a hammer. And the reason I'm showing that because it's the Hebrew New Year and it is 5777. And so the 7 is very, very prevalent now in this time. And you will see a lot of this figure into the tarot reading. The modern Hebrew cursive looks like a sickle instrument. So that is why I am showing this to you, so you could see the relevance when I'm going through the tarot cards. Also, I'm going to be showing you the flag of the Revolution of Russia, and you can see there that it has a figure looking like a symbol looking like Zayn, but it is a hammer and a sickle. And look at it, look how close it looks to the Zayn. So that's why I'm showing you how everything does come together looking like the Zayn. When you look at the tarot card, you're going to see like lightning strikes, but it is not lightning strikes. It's just like a bomb, but it is actually looking like the Zayin means battle, war, war, war. Now let's go to the first tarot card. The first card is Judgment. And there we see the medieval tower forming a church with a cross. On it is a castle that has an edict on the door for a warning. This building type symbol takes you back to the time of the Christian Crusades in medieval time, when the Christians waged holy war against Islam and the Muslim and retake the land of Israel and Jerusalem and annihilate the jihads over the Holy Land. There were 3 crusades before all were fighting against Muslims to take back their land. The 3rd crusade was not all successful, as the Muslims built a mosque in the place of the temple at the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. The Dome of the Rock was built 691 after the Christians lost that battle. Now history will repeat itself based on the tarot card from the Economist magazine. Now is the time for the 4th crusade, like in the days of medieval times. To fight against Muslims to retake the land of Syria from ISIS and the Holy Land from the Muslim. There was a bomb that hit the castle here, and the building split in 2, and the smoke coming out of the building. That will be the end of that medieval church tower. Behind the tower, there are 2 armies approaching. That may have something to do with the bombing of this tower. The cross represents the Crusades of medieval time, when the Christian waged war against Islam and the Muslim and retakes the land of Jerusalem and annihilate the jihad ISIS from Syria. Russia, with its revolution red flag, with a hammer and a sickle, symbol for war, and ground troops, and the Americans and the Christian cross and ground troops joined together to fight radical Islam in Syria and the Holy Land, and parachutes coming from the air as a raging air war from the military. Then you see a box in the air, which is a military airdrop, showing that the ground troops have military air support. So that is what the first one is. Now we reach the second card, which is the judgment card. And a judgment is the ability to make considerate decision or come to sensible conclusion. Misfortune or calamity viewed as divine punishment. There will be justice in the land. Sitting on the globe, we see Donald Trump with his feet in the middle of the U.S. He was seated on the U.S. flag rolled up in 4 sections in different sizes. Then the red and white draped over to cover a section of the globe as a covering on the right side. Sitting on the globe indicate a legislative committee or a court of law in session. The flag rolled up in 4 different levels and sizes mean different levels of corruption will be exposed and brought to justice. Rolled up flag denotes a document containing official or formal record or a list of names or related items revolving more in a particular direction. In his left hand, he holds an orb and is carried by kings or queens on a formal occasion as a symbol of power and justice. Scepter in his hand denotes an emblem of regal or imperial power. As a king in the U.S. and the world, a power of authority, bringing justice to all who needs it. Now we are going to go to the next card, and that is the world. There we see a bright sunshine in the sky. Then we see the sun rays, which equal to 32 in the picture. The sun rays electromagnetic radiation that can produce a visual sensation all over. Now both the picture frame and the open book are in the here, means still undecided or unknown. The picture frame with the picture of a woman inside of it, and an open book, what was hidden is now an open book. Someone or something easily understood or interpreted something very clear. We go to the middle of the picture, and there we see, going down to the bottom and to the middle, we see a pyramid by the Israelites who were black based on the 2 face mask. The black mask first and another face mask which is yellow. So a mixed race of Israelites will go to the second picture frame, which is like a second Exodus. So in the middle picture, it looks like the ground is parted like the Red Sea. And on the bank, you see one man on the right in white and has a white African looking turban on his head. And on the next side, 2 men dressed in white African attire, no head ties. Now from the pyramid to the middle picture, to the frames, you see a dome. And the dome there is like that of a mosque. There you see the 2 masks, and you see the black mask first, and then the yellow mask. And it is showing that on the Exodus, the second Exodus, there will be a mixed multitude. So now, from the pyramid to the middle picture frame dome looking like a building, a lot of Islamic mosques, the connection is that all gray represents smoke, so there will be a fight over the Islamic mosque, and the red book on the right with a black half of the moon are going down to the new temple, which is the 3rd Jewish temple of the Lord. The second exodus to the Holy Land will be a mixed multitude consisting of black and white people in the same way as the first exodus. History repeats itself, all connected by smoke in the shape of an umbrella on the globe, something which provides protection as a defensive air cover or over a battlefront, something that covers or protects, air cover especially during a military action. So you see the pyramid, it is connected to the face mask, and the face mask is connected to the picture which looked like an exodus, and it goes right to the book, then it goes to the temple, and it goes to the dome. So it's all connected. Seeing that from slavery and then the exodus, that Israelites were black, then they come mixed, so they're now black and white. So there's no one race of being an Israelite. Now, that is what it's all about. Then you can see in the middle the dome, the mosque, connected to the second Exodus, likewise to the book, and likewise to the temple. So you see, those are not hanging in the air. They are connected like an umbrella. Now we see the third one, which is the hermit. And the hermit is a person living in solitude as a religious discipline. In his hand he has a lantern shedding light on some things, and a staff in his hand like that of a shepherd's staff, wearing a red cloak. There's a crescent waning moon, is referred to as an old moon seen in the east before the dawn of a new day, and 6 white stars. There you see that the hermit is standing on the higher level of the wilderness, and the ground is covered in white. That means that it is snowing there. In the valley below the hermit is in the globe. In the valley below the hermit is the globe of the world, and it is cracked like it went through an earthquake. So it could be the valley of the shadow of death in the wilderness. On top of the mountain, we see 4 peaks on the opposite side, all covered in white, and that again is snow. In front of it, black markings, that is death. So we have life and death portrayed here. 4 Peaks is a prominent landmark on the eastern skyline of Phoenix, part of the Masarai Mountain, located in 4 Peaks Wilderness on the Tonto National Forest. In winter, 4 Peaks offers much of the Phoenix metro area a view of snow-covered peaks like we have here now. 4 Peaks is the site of the amethyst mine that produces top-grade amethyst, and that combined to what we have here. In the wilderness is the valley of the shadow of death, and there we see an army like that of the Chinese army, with a red flag marked GP, and it has a cross or X marching in the snow in the valley of the shadow of death. Then there is a blue flag with TTP with a cross on it showing it is dead in the valley. A white flag with the word stop. There was also another blue flag with a man in a white lab coat showing the death of Obamacare. There's one more blue flag and 2 more red flags, all defeated in the wilderness in the valley of the shadow of death, or the death of all unprofitable trade deals will be over, and there will be brand new deals that will be profitable to the American people, instituted by the government. So now we are going to go to the next picture, and that is death. Death is the end of an era or the end of life as we know it. The red sunset and 18 sun rays. Sun rays radiating from a central point, and 18 means hope of a long life, an atomic number. Why is the sunset red? A sunset light must travel farther through the atmosphere before it gets to you. Now you see a white horse and a skeleton in black robe riding, which is death with a sickle in his bony hand. A red ribbon attached to the sickle, and it's around the horse's neck to unleash death on the land. Large mosquitoes flying, and these mosquitoes that are genetically engineered is going to wreak havoc on the land because when they bite, they will make you very sick or kill you. Explosion like that of a nuclear bomb and is going to cause much death all over the land if they are not prepared for that. The air will be contaminated because of that. You will be exposed to radiation that can affect your skin and cause it to melt from your body. The ground is white, so it's going to be in the summer when the mosquitoes are flying and in the winter when it snows. There will be a famine on the land. The fishes dying in the sea, the pond, the river because of poison in the water or something else. Crops not growing on the land as they used to, and small water bottles all over, scattered over the place. This is a time emergency food supply will be needed to sustain us from the massive contamination that death has brought forth to the land. Now we come right now to the magician. And the magician has an infinity sign over his head, which means that the very unearthly concept of infinity, endlessness, and limitless opportunities is best presented by a mathematical symbol that is the infinity symbol. The halo over the head means needs divine connection to make things happen for good. The infinity symbol over his head indicates the energy of thought. Thus, he draws divine power down from the heaven into his white wand, molds it into that energy of thought, makes it manifest on earth, his finger touching the button, and make it real by manifesting 3D buildings to create whatever he imagines. All the possibilities are laid out, all the directions so he can take to bring back jobs to this country. So this is what the magician means by bringing back jobs to the country. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune here is a device used as a capital punishment during the Middle Ages reserved for hated criminals. The wheel always killed its victim but did it slowly. We have two ballot boxes and ballots seen for the election of three people tied on the wheels that are from the EU, which is the European Union. Angela Merkel from Germany, her flag tied on the wheel near her. Two others, a woman from France, her flag beside her, and a man from Luxembourg, his flag beside him. You see a bomb goes off right beside Angela Merkel. That means she will not be re-elected to the EU. The full moon or the sun beside the woman on the wheel in France may be the winner in the EU election. The Wheel of Fortune tells you that in general it looks as though things are changing in most cases. This indicates positive needed changes, but for some people like Angela Merkel, change is very difficult and can almost be traumatic. So Angela Merkel will not be in the EU as a leader anymore because she's going to be losing that election. And that is going to be the end of her. So now we're going to go to the next card, which is the Star Tarot card. Now the Star Tarot card has 14 stars on it, and in each star there's a picture of a person in them, and 10 white stars in the galaxy. Now, with the return of exile after the rebuilding of the temple, the Israelites celebrated the Passover the 14th day of the first month. So I'm just correlating the 14 stars with the number 14 in biblical sense. And so that is what the number is meant to be, good and be of charity. Now we are awakening up to the knowledge of star people here on earth. Men, women, and children in the picture of the star people. 10 white stars in the card, even being the hand of God, represent the revelation and divine law. Now there is a comet or Nibiru coming closer towards Earth or hitting Earth. Now below the star, we're going to see craters of the moon, which could mean a volcanic eruption. Geologists feared a large earthquake that shook Borak Peak, Idaho's tallest mountain, in 1983 would restart volcanic activity at craters of the moon. Though it proved not to be the case, but geologists predict that the area is up for a next eruption. And this might likely be the period. So this is what the tarot cards meant, and I hope you understand, because I try to take every symbol and interpret them to what they are, and so you can have a better understanding of what the 2017 Trump planet is going to look like. It's going to be very hard, but we have hope for the future. Thank you for listening to my channel, and please subscribe. Bye.